Hey family, I'm back. It's Netta. So, talking about Trump's ban or his expanded ban on many more countries. Now, I'm going to read a snippet from an article, family. And if you realize the countries that he is putting those expanded bans on, you're going to notice something that is, yeah. President Trump expands his travel ban. What you need to know. In June, President Trump built on the legacy of his first term by implementing a new travel ban under Section 212 of the Immigration and Nationality Act to suspend the entry of nationals from 19 countries. The initial action in June called for federal officials to suggest additional countries to ban. That expansion has now come. On December 16th, President Trump issued a newly enlarged travel ban, restricting the entry of nationals of 20 new countries, as well as the Palestinian Authority. So, just to say that he is singling out African countries would be an understatement. Like the travel bans in Trump's first term, there were exceptions. The June ban did not apply to, among others, anyone with a current green card or a current valid visa, athletes, coaches, and their families attending the World Cup, Olympics, or other sporting events, people who are immediate relatives of a U.S. citizen, spouses, children under the age of 21, and parents, children adopted abroad, and Afghans seeking special immigrant visas for their work helping U.S. armed forces. Although the Trump administration stopped publishing monthly data on visa issuance before the June travel ban went into effect, data from the 2024 showed that 25,086 immigrant visas and 136,901 non-immigrant visas were issued to nationals of the 19 banned countries, with the highest numbers going to Venezuelans, Iranians, and Cubans. However, because many immigrant visas go to immediate relatives of U.S. citizens, the impact was likely limited by the exception. So what changes have been made in the expanded travel ban? The biggest change in the travel ban is an expansion of which countries are subject to restrictions. Under the new ban, the following 7 countries are now subject to a total ban on immigrant and non-immigrant visas: Burkina Faso, Laos, Mali, Niger, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, and Syria. Additionally, a total of 19 countries are now banned from all immigrant visas and all tourist, student, and exchange visitor visas: B1, B2, B1, B2, FM, and J visas. These countries are Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Burundi, Cote d'Ivoire, Cuba, Dominica, Gabon, the Gambia, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria, Senegal, Tanzania, Togo, Congo, Venezuela, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Only one country, Turkmenistan, saw a positive change. It will now be subject only to a ban on immigrant visas, but will not be banned from non-immigrant visas. So, this should show many immigrants and people around the world of what Black America has been dealing with. I mean, seriously. See, when they don't like the outcome of what either their or another administration has done, what they do is change the policies or change the laws. See, we've dealt with that. We've dealt with that for over 400 years. Whenever black people get accomplished, start buying homes, start opening up businesses, what do? They come in with the stroke of a pen and they start changing policies or writing in new policies or changing laws. This is what they have always done. And so now many people around the world are seeing it firsthand for themselves. A lot of people said, and when you look at that list of countries, they're all African countries. They're all in Africa, okay? But unfortunately, many people believe that black Americans, were making up the sense of racism in America. We all see it now. And if you don't see it now, you're blinder than Ray Charles, okay? And you need to get your eyes fixed. We all see it. Family, it is unfortunate that black America has had to delineate, but it is a blessing. It is an unfortunate blessing, and it is a form of protection. And the reason at this time that we are feeling ourselves to be protected and to delineate is because of all of the mass immigration that have come into America have been very hostile towards black Americans. Now, you wasn't hostile towards white Americans, yet it is white Americans that want your asses up out of here. But you were hostile to black Americans. And it's very sad that it had to come to this. As I said in many of videos before, see, I believe that black people globally should come together. What I do know is this, because of me going over to the African continent and visiting countries, I will say this. I have been treated with nothing but respect when I have left America. I think only one time, in I want to say in the Bahamas, a young lady was very, very nasty. Once she heard us speak, and she was very nasty. And that was in the Bahamas. And my thing is, I didn't come over here. Black Americans are not over here taking control of your country. Or we're not over here making it where you have to leave your country, where there's no resources, there's no jobs, there's no economic stability. We're not doing that. We have nothing to do with that. So, for the life of me, I can't understand why immigrants come to America and have such a disdain for black Americans. And I've heard some of them tell me, I have, that, the white people said for us to stay away from you guys. Well, the white people said your countries are shithole countries. Are you just going to believe them because they said that shit? No, you're not. But I do believe that when people do that, it is something that they wanted to do anyway. When they come over here with that disdain for black Americans, it's because you wanted to, not because you had to. And it's very it's very disrespectful. But I hope that eventually, maybe one day, not today, not tomorrow, there will come a day that we can bridge the gap and bring back peace to all of our melanated communities, because that's the way it should be, and that's the way the Most High intended it to be. But a lot of you have to learn to respect, because I still oftentimes encounter immigrants that are hostile, and they have no reason to be hostile to us as black Americans, period. Okay, period. Bottom line. So I understand the fear, and because they're saying that many people had from different African countries had visas to come to America to go to school, and so now he is changing, or they, let me change it, they are changing the rules, the laws, and the policies, of the United States to suit their narrative. And this is something that is not new. This is something that has been done many, many times before. They had Jim Crow laws. Many of you don't know about that because when you came to America, many of you did not think it important to look into the history, especially with Black America. Because the truth be told, if I go into a country and they tell me to stay away from a certain group of African, then I'm going to get on my internet, on Google, and get to searching and finding out, okay, what has this group in this country done? What has the interaction in the country with the leadership, what has occurred with that? I'm just not rolling with the flow. I'm just not. Not to say that I would disregard the information and just go, but I would do some research. And so many of you who claim to be high honored status, you know what I'm saying, degree, doctorate, masters, or whatever, because yeah, I'm there too, all right. So many of you with those degrees or whatever that come over here and say you're so intelligent, you don't act intelligent, because while acclimating to America, also get acclimated to the history, learn the history, learn what has transpired in America, so that's what it is. But unfortunately, look, I'm still going to visit different countries because I want to. And there's many countries in Africa that I still want to go to. I hope that all of these things that Trump is doing does not trickle down into those of us that want to travel into those countries. And I don't see that it will, but it is what it is. So, but I thank you so much, family. Like, share, and comment if you want to. And please subscribe. We need you over here. I saw while I was absent, I got a few extra subscribers. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the team. We love having you. Please ride with us. We will continue this journey. And we just, comment on stuff. Everybody doesn't have to agree, but we all have our own opinions about what it is. All right, family. Peace, love, and blessings. And you already know it. Black power.